back to my channel. I hope you're well and safe wherever you are. Guys, come on in. Come here. Come here. Today I have something really important that I need to tell you. Ways to immigrate to Canada without education or skills. Or rather, I want to answer this question that is very popular in my inbox, and a lot of people wanting to book consultations with me. And I've been telling them, hold on, don't book a consultation with me until you watch the video that I'll be releasing. Lois, how can I immigrate to Canada without skills or education? That is the big question. If that question has ever occurred in your mind, or someone you know, or you know a friend of yours or a relative who fits this criteria, they are interested in coming to Canada, this video is for you or for them. So please, you are welcome, and please share it with them. Okay, guys? Thank you. My name is Lois. I am a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. I'm based in Calgary, Alberta. One of the main things I do outside practicing immigration is try to educate you for free. On this platform, I make videos that gives you insights into Canada, okay? My videos are there to try and give you insight and understanding of the Canadian immigration system and how you fit in, and to make sure that you don't make the mistakes that personally I made and other people have made. So we have slayed the giants so that we can make your work easier if we can, okay? Of course, we can't help everybody, but if we can help you, I have satisfied my goal. Okay? So, have you subscribed? If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, like, and share. For those people who have subscribed, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all those platforms. Okay, guys? And the details are going to be in the description part of this video. Now, excuse me. I want to say this. This is a whole disclaimer because what the information that I'll give you here today may not be what you want to hear, but I'll tell it to you anyway. Okay, my friend? Because I care. I will still tell it to you, then you can do whatever you want with this information, but you won't say that Lois did not tell you. Okay? I see a lot of videos out there on YouTube. I'm a YouTuber, so I'm not here to criticize anybody. No, that's not my goal. But I see a lot of YouTube videos, and also, as I said, people are reaching out to me. They said, no, I keep seeing this video, this so-and-so is saying, this so-and-so is saying, and they say that we can come to Canada without skills and education. How true is that? Okay? Heck, I have watched some of them myself, and I even see some YouTubers, and they are very popular, and their videos attract a lot of viewership. And they say, you know what, you don't need education, you don't need skills, heck, you don't even need languages. And I'm like, ooh, I want to learn. Maybe I'll learn something. Maybe I'll learn something. Guys, the big question really is, can you really immigrate to Canada without these main requirements? Huh? One thing I want you to always understand about Canadian immigration. Immigrating to Canada is a merit-based issue, okay? You have to qualify for every program. It doesn't matter right now whether we have almost 100 programs. It's all about qualifying. It's about eligibility. It's not what people can do for you. It's not the packages that agents can get for you. It's what you qualify for, what your profile says you can do for yourself, how your profile says this is the pathway, the best pathway, or the pathway that you qualify for. And that's why I tell people, always book a consultation. Or if you don't want to book a consultation, then do research and figure out what it is that you qualify for. Okay? Remember, which are the main factors that we consider when we are looking at Canadian immigration? They are the same factors over and over and over again. It doesn't matter whether it's for express entry, whether it's for provincial nomination. They could vary, but it's the same issues: age, education, work experience, languages, and adaptability. Okay? Adaptability, do you have any relatives? Do you have any connections to Canada? Age, of course, the younger the better. Education, the higher educated the better. Work experience, the more the better. Languages, the more languages you speak, the better. That is English and French. Okay, so those ones are constant, whether we like it or not. Okay, so if you remove three main factors that these YouTubers or everybody else is talking about that you don't need, so if you remove education and work experience, and now you even remove English language, what are you migrating on? Which basis? So you're only coming here based on your work. You're coming here based on your age and adaptability only. So I want to answer the question because I don't have a straight yes or no answer. Actually, there are ways you can come here without education and skills. So how about we look at 4 ways? 4 ways that you can use to come to Canada. I didn't say immigrate, I said come to Canada. Okay, there's a difference between coming to Canada and immigrating to Canada, because you immigrate to become a permanent resident who can later become a citizen. You can also come to Canada and not necessarily immigrate. Okay, my friend? So, number 1, I'm going to address the yeses, and then while I end this session, I will tell you about the no part. Okay, my friend? Number 1. Can immigrate here through their spousal sponsorship or family sponsorship. You could also be sponsored here by your parents or your siblings or someone. So through the family sponsorship, you can immigrate to Canada, either through marriage or being sponsored by a relative in Canada. So that is a pathway to immigration. Of course, as much as you may not require the factors that we talked about, they don't care about your education, your work experience, and blah, 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 blah. You still have to be admissible. Okay? So different types of admissibility play into this. Like you may not need to be financially admissible, but in many instances, you have to be admissible health-wise and criminally. Okay, my friend? All right, number 2. Now, you can actually come to Canada if you have 0 skills. You know, if you have 0 skills in education, then it makes sense. You can come here to study. Yes, you can come here as an international student. You know, international students is one of the most popular ways through which people come to Canada. And I said come to Canada. Later on, they can change their study permits and get the postgraduate work permits and then immigrate through a PR program and later on become a citizen. Okay, so yes, that actually works. You can come here. You don't need education. You don't need, of course you need education, some kind of education, but you can come here as an international student in whatever capacity, whether in elementary, high school, college, university, or to do your postgraduate. All those things can bring you here as an international student. My friend, you still have to meet the eligibility criteria for international students so that they can grant you with a study permit. We have talked, I have done so many videos on how to come here as an international student. Please head on to my website. We are going to add some of them in the description part of this video, just so that you can see various ways and various issues that I have addressed on coming to Canada as an international student. But yes, it's a legit way for you to come here, because if you don't have education, Canada offers education. Again, you must meet the requirements, the eligibility requirements of an international student. Number 3. Okay, how else can you come to Canada? Yes, you can come here as a visitor. Of course, coming to Canada as a visitor, you don't need, they're not going to be asking you for language. They're not going to be asking you, about your education and your skills. As long as you fit, again, you need to fit the eligibility criteria for visitor visa, because not everybody wants to visit Canada is going to be able to visit Canada. You find that as much as they are not required, the same factors do really play a very big role in whether you will get that visitor visa. But yes, you can come to Canada and it's not a requirement. You don't have to do IELTS, you don't have to do TEF, you don't have to show work experience and stuff like that, to some degree. Okay, if you want to know how to come to Canada, the eligibility, you can always book a consultation with me. Okay, my friend? Then number 4, you can immigrate to Canada, and I say immigrate now, not come to Canada. You can immigrate to Canada without any requirement if you come here through the asylum resettlement class. And I said resettlement, like you have been resettled into Canada through UNHCR. They have a program that resettles refugees abroad to various countries, not necessarily Canada. And I've also done a video on this, so I'm not gonna delve deeper into this, but it's a pathway that brings you here as a refugee, and those applications you'll have to process them from abroad. Okay? The other class of asylum, the inside Canada class, you have to be inside Canada. So you have to figure out how you enter Canada, whether you're coming on a visitor visa, a student, a work permit, whatever, you need first to be in Canada. Okay, so that doesn't apply here. So I have only said that you can come through the asylum, the resettlement class of asylum. Okay, of course you don't need you're not going to need education requirements, you're not going to need language requirements or anything. They are the ones who are going to process your application, and yeah. Okay, so anyway, my friend, now let us see how you're not coming here. I said, if you don't have skills, you don't have education, it's going to be almost impossible to immigrate to Canada. Unfortunately, it's the truth, almost impossible. And I say almost impossible because I have talked of, unless you fit into the 4 categories that I just talked about there. Okay, but outside of those 4 categories, these people telling you get jobs, come here, get jobs, no requirements, no nothing. And especially, and I have to say this, especially if you're from Africa, because I think the biggest culprits are from Africa. Yes. And I understand we are coming from a developing continent, and there's a lot of people out there to take advantage of you. A lot of them out there. So I'm seeing, everybody telling me, Lois, jobs to do with cleaners, what? I don't know, all casual jobs. Yes, they are there, and I've talked about jobs, but those jobs are there, okay? About the ability to get those jobs, personally, I haven't come across people from Africa who are here, who have come here as cleaners. I could be wrong, okay? I could be wrong, so if you have come here, I would love to hear from you. As a cleaner who was recruited from Kenya and you came to Canada as a cleaner, I would actually love to hear from you, because you know what, I live and learn. But as much as those jobs could be there, they are far in between. It's the exception, okay? It's maybe the lucky person, and most likely they will have gained an LMI through a connection, okay? If they got an LMI, it would be through a connection, not that someone just applied. You're sitting on your computer and applying and applying and applying for jobs, and an employer finds you like this, and they get you and they hire you to come to Canada. They process your work permit, they process your LMI, you pay nothing. I know you could get an LMI, but that is the only way, and those LMIs, they come through connections most of the time, okay? Now, one thing I want to tell you, outside of those cleaners jobs, if you want to do any other job, I want to let you know that eventually someone can give you a job offer accompanied by an LMIA. But a job offer is not the document that allows you to travel to Canada. You will need to apply for a work permit. And the person who approves a work permit is the visa officer, the same person who approves a study permit, a visitor visa, and PR, okay? And they have to go through a series of processes, like they go through a process to approve your work permit. Guess what? To approve a work permit, you still have to show that you qualify for that job offer. So if someone has given you a job offer as a nurse and you have no education as a nurse, you have no work experience as a nurse, there's no way you're going to get a work permit, my friend. So it's in your best interest, if you get that kind of a job offer, make sure you still have to meet the education requirement. And that's why I've talked about this, because people are like, no, I can get a job that doesn't require education or language or work experience. You have to satisfy a visa officer that you have the relevant experience, you have the relevant education, and you can speak Canadian languages, either one of them or both. So these people who are telling you that, yes, how can you come to work in Canada if you can't speak English or French? Hello? How are you going to communicate? So you still have to show that you actually meet the requirements of that job. Okay? I'm not here to break your spirit. I am here to educate you, and I hope I have educated you. Yes, there are ways to come to Canada without education or work experience. In language, I am yet to find a program that brings you here without language, except the asylum resettlement and of course the sponsorship. But my friend, beware. One thing I will say as I part is that I'm a YouTuber and I respect all the YouTubers out there, but one thing now from your end you want to appreciate is that YouTube is a business. We get paid by YouTube, and the more viewers we have, the more money we make. The more popular we get, the more money we make. Okay? The moment you understand that YouTube is a business, then you need to approach it with a sober mind. Don't just do things from your heart. Do things from your head. Always ask yourself, how legit is this? Not just how legit is this. Does it even make sense? If something is not making sense to you, then you need to think twice and do lots of due diligence. Okay? Not everything that is there is the truth. There's so many details that people don't tell you, of course, on YouTube. And that's why I tell you, if you need personal help, if you need that guidance, if you need second opinion, I offer professional help. Always head on to my website and book a consultation. Okay? If you want to come here as a student, book a study consultation. If you want to figure out what it is you qualify for or what are your chances and options, book a PR consultation on our website. If your life is in danger and you want to know your options or even whether your case qualifies to be heard at the tribunal in Canada, book an asylum consultation on our website. Okay? YouTube is a business. Social media is a business. The more people we appeal to, the more money we make. Okay? And some of these videos are created to capture a lot of desperate people. And you know, desperation is not a good point to operate from. Because the moment you're desperate, you become gullible. You're very vulnerable to being scammed by people out there, and you pay a lot of money. People are paying a lot of money. By the time they come to me, they tell me, Lois, I already paid $4,000 to get this job, and I have no skills, I have no education, I have nothing. And I'm like, oh my good Lord, that's a lot of money to have invested for nothing. Okay, my friend? Anyway, if in doubt, book a consultation. It's going to save you a lot of money. Okay, guys, details on how to book a consultation will be in the description part of this video. I want to let you know that information is power. The reason a lot of us, and especially people from Africa, the reason we are in endless cycles of poverty is because we lack the knowledge. This knowledge, this information here is free. So take it. Knowledge is power. Empower yourself. Okay? That way you will not fall prey of scam people, of the scammers out there in a blink, because those people, they have no shame taking your money. They do not blink taking your money. Okay? Thank you guys for watching. And please share, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.